Another day, another weekend, another night, and another endless scroll. In a world obsessed with capturing every single moment, every single meal, every single milestone, and every single smile, are we really living or just performing? Why do we have the urge and why do we feel the need to post everything and anything about us on social media? Why do we feel the need to post about our weekends, coffees, smiles, our personal life on social media? What are we truly seeking? A real connection or a validation? Today, I want to take you on a journey into what happened when I stopped consuming social media and started using it intentionally. Before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to understand what really intentional living means. It's more than just a lifestyle, it's a mindset. Intentional living is a practice of making decisions on purpose, which are aligned with your core values instead of drifting your life through autopilot mode. It means choosing how you spend your time, where your attention goes, and why you do what you do. You don't just react to what's thrown at you. You pause, you reflect, and act with clarity. In a world full of distractions, especially online and with social media, intentional living helps you to navigate, to cut out all the noise and unwanted aspects from your life, and helps you to focus on what truly matters to you. It's asking questions like, is this adding value to my life? Does this align with who I want to be? Does this align with who I am today? Am I creating or just consuming? When intentional living is applied to social media, it's not about deleting every single application that you have on your phone. Let's be honest, you cannot really live with social media in this digital age, and that is totally kind of far from reality, right? Or at the same time, also avoiding all the content. That is also not the solution. It's about using it mindfully with awareness and purpose. You become the driver, not the passenger. I used to use social media like most people. Open the application, scroll for hours together, consume all the content out there, whether it really mattered to me or not, and post almost everything that I did in my life, whether it mattered to anybody out there or not. I still did. I also archived most of the content when I did not want the world to see that. But then I realized I wasn't posting for me anymore. I was not posting with intention, or I was not posting with purpose. I was just randomly there everywhere with every single social media application and posting all the content, whether it is relevant or irrelevant. It did not really matter to me. Without having a proper understanding of the platforms, I had no idea why I was posting so much of content out there. I am not sure if FOMO is the one which made me to do all of this, fear of missing out, or maybe I just wanted to showcase it to the world that this is exactly what I'm doing right now. For whatever reason, I had no idea why I was actually posting so much of content without having any purpose or without having any sort of awareness. That's when I started to make a conscious decision that, I shall use social media for two reasons. One is to log my travel memories, not to prove anything, and another one is as a content creator myself. And I started keeping some of the memories just for myself and people who are really close to me. I would probably call this phase as inspiration through purpose. My wife has a huge influence on me to apply the intentional living on social media. She did not term this actually as an intentional living from her perspective. She had understood the platform really well in terms of consuming and also in terms of creating. A big turning point came in when I noticed how my wife used social media. She was intentional. She shared her music to showcase her passion, her work, and to build connections, and not for likes or trends. That inspired me. That reminded me that social media can be a tool and not a trap. But here's the question: why do we post so much in the first place on social media? Why do we feel the need to share every weekend trip or the dinner out? It's not just habit, it's psychology. We post for validation. Those likes and comments triggers a dopamine hit in your brain. We post because of the fear of missing out. We always want to be included. We always want to be in a group. We always want to be seen. We always want to be needed. We post to shape how others see us, a highlight reel of our best selves. But the danger, we start living for the posts and not for the moment, and we miss out on the genuine experiences. We trade genuine experiences for a curated impressions. How intentionality actually changed my life in terms of consumption of social media. It has changed in many ways that one cannot even think of. Reducing my usage and defining what I want to really post on social media has actually transformed me in many ways. I have learned to keep some things personal. Not everything actually needs an audience. I don't go on social media for everything anymore. Most importantly, I started creating than consuming. And the results, My thinking has changed. My relationship with real people deepened. I started to ask questions about everything that I do in my life, and also when I take the decisions in my head quite consciously and carefully. And I finally broke free from this fear of missing out. It doesn't actually bother me anymore about this at all. Once you start to think all of this, you will actually end up in measuring your life by living it and not by measuring what was shared on social media platforms. If you start using intentionality in consumption of social media, your thinking will change and you can connect with your friends, family, everything on a more on a real feelings and more on a real connection basis. You will also finally break free from FOMO or the fear of missing out. Then you will start realizing what matters to you the most, and you will measure your success by living your life and not by measuring what posts were shared on social media. This message is especially for younger users. Social media is powerful and addictive. If you're not careful, it will decide your worth, your time, and your attention. But when you use it intentionally, everything changes. You will realize not everyone needs to know everything about you. You can be present without posting a reel or a story or a shot on your social media platforms. You are valuable and you're worth more than what you could think, even if nobody likes your photo or your content that you post out. Start asking, why am I posting this? What value is this adding to me? Who am I trying to impress? Social media doesn't have to be toxic, it has to be mindful. How to mindfully control the scrolls that you actually do on social media? Here are some quick tips that you could follow. Set phone free zones. Keep some of the areas like your bedroom or the dinner table phone free. It's amazing how much more connected you will feel. Follow positivity. Only keep accounts within your premises that actually adds value into your life. If and when a celebrity or any user that you actually follow posts content and that makes you think about your self-worth, then you're not in the right place. If that makes you doubt yourself, unfollow it because it's not adding any positive value to your life. Create more than you consume. Instead of just liking or commenting on the post that has been created by somebody else, you start to create what matters to you. Draw, write a short story, paint, whatever, right? You can post the same thing on your platform to showcase your talent, and that will actually also show how intentionally you are actually using the platform. Be curious off screen. Try a hobby that you have never actually done, and outside of social media, of course. You would probably fall in love with it and you will have another hobby outside of the consumption of social media. No need to do everything all at once. Start small. Even switching your phone to grayscale mode is actually a big step, or deleting one single application can make a huge difference. So here's the truth. Intentional living isn't a buzzword. It's a way of reclaiming your power. And when you apply it to the social media, you reclaim your attention, your time, and your joy. Try it for a week. Be mindful. Be intentional. Post with purpose. Consume with awareness. Keep something just for yourself. And maybe, just maybe, you will rediscover a quieter, deeper kind of happiness. I'm Sunil, and in this digital life, this is how intentional usage and intentional living with social media help me to navigate my decisions and all the questions that I have. And it's a real one. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share this with who actually matters to you and who should listen to this, and reflect before you scroll. See you all soon in another video.